And we're live on a late night vibe. I am your hostess with the most, Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God. Sunday, fun day. Dude, it's a late one. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm about to go call it a night. And I just kind of turned off the music and I was driving in the dark and I heard somebody say something. I heard a collective question. The question was, are you sad? And I'm like, am I sad? Be more specific. Am I sad about what? And it's like, are you sad about how things turned out? No. Let's talk about that. When people ask you if you're sad, does it mean like you're generally a sad person, or is there situations that bring out sadness? And what is sadness? It's a feeling of discontent, of uncertainty, of, unresolvedness. When you really put things to rest, it doesn't have a feeling of sadness. It carries a feeling of disappointment, where I didn't see this working out like this. I had hoped for better. And that's what that means. It doesn't mean that you're sad. There's feelings, there's times when, when I feel sad, things make me sad, where it's a feeling that I feel I'm filled with sadness, this overwhelming sadness. And I think like I described that in my Christmas video. It's like I kept saying the word Christmas and it just kept making me cry. I was filled with this overwhelming sadness, but I didn't know why. I understood it, but I couldn't really tell you where it was coming from and why it just kept coming out. I don't feel that way now about it, now that it's past. And so, these situations, and I know that they're referring to a lot of the twin flame journeys. Are you sad about what happened? I think specifically they're asking about Bobby. I was sad about Bobby the whole time that I'd known Bobby. I'm not sad about it now, I'm just disappointed. But I was sad about the whole twin flame journey while I was in it. I was sad. You're sad when you don't understand it. It's a feeling, you know what I mean? You have this feeling inside of you of isolation and loneliness and uncertainty, and I guess it's a description of chaos, but in describing him, that's all that's all I kind of know is sadness. It's always been a sad situation. It's like I don't stay in how sad it is. It's just you look for the silver lining and you seal up the sadness with that lining. You know what I mean? It's a dark piece of cloth that you tie together with with a white rope to make it look better than it is, I guess. And as far as anything else, it's like it's like asking me if I'm sad that my mom died. Sometimes, but I don't just stay sad about it forever. Sometimes it's sad that I don't have her friendship, but then you listen to who she was and you're like, ugh, how could you even feel for her? And you know what I mean? Like, sadness is, I'm always struggling and I'm always alone and things are always difficult. It just appears that way. It's just an adventure, and some days are harder than others, and some days I really feel like I need somebody. And some days, I really feel like it's too much for me. But they're not every day. I don't wake up every day being like, damn, bitch, you are just totally all alone in the planet. It's hard to do that when the spirits and everything is happening around with you. It's hard to, feel alone when you're part of everything. As far as loneliness, I can't say I miss it, because it's not something I've truly experienced in this lifetime where I've had a good companionship. And so you long for something that you never had, but you also fear it too. You know what I mean? And that's it. It's like, I really do want somebody, but it's like, when you haven't had somebody, you're okay without them. And you start psyching yourself out about thinking about how hard it would be to have somebody. Whether, all the work that it's going to take from you, all the sacrifice, all the change. I'll have to change everything about myself. Not really, but I can't be so selfish when I have someone. I got to consider that someone all the time. So it's not like a commitment thing. It's just, readjusting to the idea of it. But as far as that, like, I've always been alone in one sense or another. I really have. As far as sadness, I mean, they're just feelings, and they're usually attached to like a memory. But I don't sit around thinking about shit. If a memory comes up and it makes me feel some type of way, I have to deal with it right then. I have to deal with the feelings as they come, as soon as they come, so that I don't sit around just fucking around in feelings all the time. And that's what you want to do, is you want to get to a point where you don't, not that you don't feel, but that you're not so filled with feelings. You know what I mean? Where you just, they ebb and flow. It's like, somebody pissed me off. Well, I got a little irritated, but that's gone now. It was as gone as fast as it came. You know what I mean? And that's where you learn how to master your emotions. Not in the sense where you turn them off. They don't hurt, or they don't have so much effect on you. You feel them, for sure. You feel them, but you don't stay in them. You just allow yourself to feel them, and you let it pass for as long as it is. So, going back, am I sad? Sometimes. Sometimes I'll get down and feel sorry for myself, and that's healthy, because I am a person that's going through a lot, and the whole universe is protecting me and making sure that it doesn't have to be so bad, and they want me to feel okay about this isolated position that I'm in. But sometimes I feel like it's and then I got POC all the fucking time. Every fucking time I want to pretend like I'm alone. It's like, and Michael Jackson and shit. Like, my soul tribe's not going to let me feel sad. They're not going to let me sit there. The second I drop my head is the second they'll come and pick it up. They'll cut a joke, or they'll tell me, you know what I mean? Just like Pop, keep your head up. You know what I mean? Me against the world. He'll always be right there to be like, don't you dare think that you're out there by yourself. But sometimes, yeah, like, I am, but I always have been. As Lilith and as every goddess I've ever been, it's always been me against the world, but I've never been alone. And that was it too, when God called my name, Lilith, like, where the fuck you found me? As if, like, he wasn't there forever. You know what I mean? It was just me that felt like I was apart from him and everybody, trying to find a place to put myself apart. So I always have been apart. But that was by creation, you know what I mean? Because it's healthy for me to be put apart. I feel, I need that time by myself. I need to be by myself, because when I'm all about people, when I'm around people, I make it all about them. You know what I mean? How are you feeling? What do you need? What are you thinking? What do you want to eat? Are you bored? Are you thirsty? Do you want anything? And that's really it. And like, you can listen to my older videos, and that's just it. I'm a servant. When I live with people, like living with, I'm just there to serve, and then I'm gonna go back to my space and sit by myself, and in the universe. I'm not really gonna sit in your space unless you need me. I'm not gonna be around you. I've always been, I'm that person that was raised like that. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm there just to do my job, and I had one of those parents. It's like, children are seen and not heard. You know what I mean? It's like, if you need me, I'm here. Otherwise, I know how to be invisible. And that's just kind of it. You just kind of, but I'm never invisible. I'm always that person that causes, people stare at and notice and shit like that, no matter what. And that makes it hard too, is because when you want to be invisible, you don't want people all up in your face. Like, I don't feel good. Please don't stare at me right now. Don't ask me how I'm doing. I don't want to talk about it. Stuff like that. But an attraction level like mine, it's like, no, they can sense it. Are you okay? Or even worse, it's the opposite. It's like, I feel like I'm so awful and ugly, and I'm attracting people on this level. Like, you look great today. Huh? Like, what? Like, I literally, like, on my worst days is when people come and are the kindest. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're drawn to me even more on my worst days than, and that's the days I want to. But no, I don't know. Like, there's sad people out there. Sad about, and I've had some sad moments, but I don't stay sad. They come over me. Like yesterday, watching Joseph talk to God, or watching God talk to Joseph, filled me with all kinds of sadness. That little clip that I shared in my community page, I cried the whole 5 minutes. I just cried so hard. Why? Because, our jobs are sad. You know what I mean? Stuff that's called upon us are sad. You know what I mean? That was sad to me. Why was it sad? Because it's real. When you resonate with a feeling, it's like, I know what that feels like to be, you know what I mean? For God to call upon you and you think you can't do it. Like, I'm not even a man. I'm not even Jesus. I'm not even Jewish. How am I going to do all this? He called no other woman to do this job but me. Because there was no other woman. There was no... It couldn't have been done by a woman nor a man. He needed a divine being to do this job. And that's what you don't get, is I'm a divine being. I'm not part of the divine. I am divine. You know what I mean? You guys are trying to understand the divine, and it's like you're trying to understand angels and deities and, you know what I mean, all this, and I'm right here. I'm right here, dude. Like, right in front of you. I don't know. It is what it is. But going back to it, no, I'm not sad. I can remember feelings of being sad through these journeys where I didn't understand. And that's what causes a lot of, sadness, is confusion. You know what I mean? I couldn't even fucking tell you what the hell I was crying about. But I can see myself, like, I have these faint memories of spending months crying about Russ and how he was acting and what I was going through with him. I couldn't even tell you what I was experiencing, but I knew I was filled with so much sadness about what was happening. And I don't know. It was just a time. I can't even tell you why I was sad. But I know it was so intense. That was the last time I saw, Kobe's daughter. I'm sitting there one night and I can't take it. And I'm just crying. And I've got my head down and she's standing next to Kobe. She looks at me and she looks like a little girl. And I lift my head up crying. And I tell her, I said, I'm just a broken little girl in here. And that was the last time I saw her. And, it's like, you have these moments, but you don't stay in them. If I think about it, I could become sad because it is a sad situation. It's a sad story. It's made to feel, you're supposed to feel some type of way about it, and it breaks your heart. But these whole situations, the twin flame journeys and stuff, they're made to break your heart open. But they break your heart. And that's what I was talking about in my earlier video. It's like, I was being told by Kobe and everything that it's going to be okay, it's just practice. But it didn't feel like practice. It felt like the end of the world to me when I had to face the reality that these relationships weren't real and weren't going to work. After I'd given up, I'd given it so much energy and belief. So much belief in these men that, then all of a sudden the Holy Spirit's like, this isn't going to work. You need to let it go. I can't let it go. Are you serious? I believe. You made me believe. I can't just not believe. They never wanted me to stop believing in these men. I needed to believe in them for them to believe in them. That's where it all started. But, damn, there's some people driving like maniacs, dude. And I never stopped believing in them. I believed with no reason that Russ could be an amazing husband and father. Allie, too. You know what I mean? Fucking Lewis, Marshall, fucking Bobby, all of them. I believed it with my heart. I would have never done such hard work if I didn't believe you were worth it. You know what I mean? And the only reason I stopped is because I was made to believe that, you know what I mean, I can't do this, or I'm not going to make this happen. You'll become these people, but not because of me. And that I need to just keep going because I'm not getting what I want out of these relationships. And that's it. It's like, I didn't stop loving you. It's just, I wasn't getting love back, and I had to go on. And that's what it is. Did I ever? Nah. But that's why I keep going. Because I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Doesn't mean I give up. You know what I mean? You don't give up. And I'm not giving up for 2025. It's just I'm taking a different route. I'm just going to let it find me. I'm not going to go, you put in so much. You're just like, okay, all right, I can't. I needed to give it a break. I really don't want to do this anymore. It's not that you give up. It's just like you just give it a rest. I'm just giving it a rest. You know what I mean? Like, I need a rest from this. It's been a lot. And so, to whoever you are, am I sad? Are you sad for me? If you were me, would you feel sad? Okay, then I'm allowed to be sad, but I don't just stay sad about shit. When it comes, I feel sad. Sometimes I feel sad about shit. You know what I mean? I felt sad about losing my friends. I felt sad about, sometimes I feel sad about, saying goodbye to my family, my music, my wardrobe, you know what I mean? My old way of living. Sometimes I get sad about these things, but I don't stay sad. Sometimes I get mad about things, real mad, but I don't stay mad. They're just feelings. You can learn not to, you can learn to move through them without them crushing you, but sometimes they do, and you feel fucking sad, it crushes you, bro. Doesn't matter. I'm fucking sad right now. What's wrong? I don't know. I've had a fucked up life, and do you want me to really list it all, or just know that right now, all of it's hitting me? Not one particular thing, but everything right now is a little bit too much. I've had too much. I'm too tired. I'm not strong enough to carry this right now. And that's just it. When you're weak in your physical body, when you've pushed your body too hard, you can't hold the emotions. You can't hold the thoughts. You feel like you can't hold anything together anymore. It's just because your body's tired. You know what I mean? You got to give yourself rest, and you can fight more battles. But yeah, I know. That's what I said too. Is like, Bobby looks at me and he just fucking pities the shit out of me. He looks at me as a whole fucking charity case. Like, Jesus Christ, you're fucking so sad. I guess. And the reason he sees that is because he can't see how anyone could go through this. You know what I mean? A lot of people pity me because they don't understand how anybody could go through this. I do it of my own free will, It's not, God's not making me suffer. You know what I mean? He's not. He's freeing me from my suffering. It just looks painful. And it is sometimes. Sometimes it is. But not always. Not always. And so, no, I'm not sad. I get disappointed because I thought things would be different. But that's it. I thought. And where did those thoughts come from? I can line them up for you, how I believed some shit was going to work out, but it didn't work out how I believed. Because I didn't see the bigger picture. I only saw what I wanted to see. So I saw this, you know what I mean? It's like if you don't have all the puzzle pieces, you're not going to make the right picture. And so, here it comes, Pac, picture me rolling. That's it. It's like, I can't fuck around. They won't let me, bro. They won't let me. They won't let me feel sorry for myself. There's no fucking victimhood over here, bro. It's like, no, they'll make me aware that you went through some hard shit and you need to, you know what I mean, love yourself through it. But don't you sit there and be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. And that's Pac. Don't be a bitch. You know what I mean? And that's it. It's like, I'm a divine feminine and I'm vulnerable, but I ain't no bitch. I ain't no bitch. Don't be a bitch. And that's what that means. So, I appreciate whoever you are that cares about my feelings. I care about yours too. Are you sad? What's making you sad? Can we talk about it so you don't stay sad? And that's what I do over here. I have to make sure that I'm not in these fucked up feelings. It's not a choice. I mean, I guess if I wanted to just sit around mad all the time, but I know that's not good for me. It's a great feeling. Yesterday, I had a lot of ego in that video. I called you guys a lot of bitches. You can always tell when I'm in my flesh when I start calling people bitches. Hella bitches. Bitch, bitch, bitch. It becomes Tourette's. And that's when I'm in my ego. What happens? Why am I in my ego? Because I'm in my skin. What does that mean? That means my skin's on. Watch out. In my skin, and that's us. In our flesh, we're nothing. but in the spirit, we're everything. I'm nothing more than a shit-talking little bitch in my fucking flesh. Really. All I'm gonna do is talk shit and hurt your feelings. You know what I mean? I'm a big bully in my flesh. I'm gonna bully you because I'm hurt and I want you to stay away from me so that you don't hurt me. That's really it. You wouldn't have known that. You'd just been like, damn, she's a badass bitch. No, I'm a bully ass broken bitch is what it is. I'm just being mean because I'm hurt. And that's Marshall. That's all of us. We're just mean because we're hurt about some bullshit about our parents and shit. That's why it's important, you know? Like, you be okay. I'm chilling, bro. I'm fucking chilling. And then all of a sudden, I'm not fucking chilling. And something's bothering me. Well, I don't want to feel like this. I want to feel like I did before this something came over me. So I'll sit and take the time to understand, what was I thinking about? Where did this come from? Is it me? Is it a thought? Is it a memory? Did somebody fucking fart and I smelt it and now I'm like breathing in the bullshit? Like, you know, I take the time to understand where these feelings came from. That's it. I just understand where they come from, and sometimes I don't. And that causes a lot of sadness when you can't figure out what's going on in your body and where these feelings are coming from. It causes chaos. You know, so all that shit with Bobby, that was just chaos, bro. It was uncertainty, it was uncomfortability all the time. And it did cause a lot of sadness because I just didn't know what the fuck is happening. Now I know what's happening. I do. In all this silence, I know what's happening. And that's it. And the silence is where you can find your answers. I wouldn't have figured this all out if he kept talking to me. And realistically, he wouldn't, because this is his pattern. I had to see the pattern played out again in a stronger place for me to be strong about it. I had to be weak to be strong. I had to be abandoned again, rejected again. You know what I mean? All of this again to understand that that's not actually what is happening right now. I mean, yeah, in essence, he abandoned me and rejected me because he's not talking to me. But that's not true. Do you think for 1 minute, he's not thinking about me all the time and it's not creating chaos within him? It seems like he's got bigger feelings. You should ask him if he's sad, how he feels. And that's it. It's like, you know, I'm okay. But then I could go lay down right now and I'll be like, my fucking cramps will hurt and I'll start hating my life and be like, I'm so tired and I don't got this and I don't got that and nobody loves me and everybody's dead. And all it takes is 1 week, 1 week thing to make you feel real weak. But then you got to be like, nah, bitch. And you got to bring out that gratitude. I'm okay. I'm okay. At least I got a period. I can still make babies, something. Just make up something. And that's it. You create your reality, but don't create a bad reality where you're the victim and, everybody hates you. And don't be Russ. Don't act like that. Like you're not lovable and that, you don't have a place. My place is outside. Come outside and play with me. Otherwise, yeah, I don't play in the Matrix, dude. I go in, I get out. If you ask me to come in the Matrix, it's not going to be too fun. It's like, no, can we meet outside? Can you meet me halfway? Can you meet me in my place? Can you meet me in the garden? But anyways, I appreciate whoever that was that asked. I understand why you think I'm sad, and I have my moments, and I've had a sad life. But it doesn't mean, I'm not my circumstances. But sometimes when the circumstances, get pretty heavy, I feel the feelings that come with the circumstances, but I don't stay in those feelings. So, and I hope that for you. I hope that I can get you to a place where, yeah, we're going to be sad about some things, but we're not going to be sad individuals. We can deal with our sadness, not just be sad, So, hey, I love you, whoever you are. Obviously that was a new conversation, so it must be a new person. And yeah, I'm psychic. I can hear your thoughts and prayers when I tune in, when I close everything off and just listen. I don't like to listen to collective because as much as I can hear you talk, and that was someone specific talking to me, but I can hear other stuff where you're talking about other people, and I can hear a lot of that shit. I turn it off. I try to not be part of collective. Tarot readers all want to know what's going on with people's lives. Not me, because that's it. I know what's going on. And if I know, I got to do something about it. I'm the only one that knows what's going on inside of you. So I try not to. But when someone asks me and wants to know what's going on inside of me, I'll tell you. Nobody really asks me. They don't really ask me. That's why you'll hear me. If somebody was talking to me, let me answer these questions. Because people don't. They're too scared to ask or, tell me shit. And so I'm like, let's talk about it. I'll tell you. Who knows? Who knows what'll come out of me? Let's find out what the truth is. Nobody's ever asked me. I didn't know I thought that way. Let's keep talking. This is good. I'm finding out about myself too. Hey, I love you guys. I'm done. I didn't work 3 days out of this week. So I actually didn't work 3.5 days. I took a lot of rest this week. A lot. So I had all of my fucking car note to pay off and somehow make money for myself within 4 days, and I did it. And I'm tired. I did it in the sense of I woke up every morning and did what rides I could, took naps. You know what I mean? I've been doing it and doing it and doing it, and I managed to finish, and I'm tired. I'm very tired and weak. My chakras hurt. My back hurts from sitting in the car straight up for so many hours. I'm trying to make it a pattern because I've already started it for 4 days, and if I keep it going, you know what I mean, that's how I'll make it through this week. There's no way I'll get all that money on Tuesday, but what will happen is I'll clear out my my car note, and then I'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to come up with that money for a trailer. I saw another one today that was only $750, and it was even cooler than the other ones I saw. So, I'm just manifesting. I'm working real hard, and if you haven't noticed, my videos are getting longer too. It's like I'm putting in twice as much work in all areas. But as long as they keep me out of the shadows, I can do more work. I can have more physical strength when I'm not using all my physical strength to fight emotional battles. And that's what was fucking me up. And so hopefully we're taking a pause for this, just so we can get use our strength in different areas. And that's it. You only have so much energy. And you know what I mean? Being able to delegate it so much for yourself, so much for your community, so much for your kids, so much for your work, so much for your creativity. It's like you got to find this healthy balance of work life, personal life, spiritual life, you know what I mean? Pleasurable. You got to find all this time and for everything. And it's a lot. It really is, but I'm doing it, bro. You know what I mean? I'm finding time to spend, I'm spending hours, I'm spending time with the kids, I'm spending plenty of time still doing my ministry work, I'm spending time helping communities and outreaching and, transmuting, stranger fucking energy, whoever, comes at me. I'm spending hella time working, physically working to pay bills and shit. I'm fucking apple butter right now, bro. You know what apple butter is? It's very thin. It's better than jelly, but it's like not as thick as peanut butter. It's like a real thin coat. That's me. I'm apple butter right now. Just saucy, bro. Like, fuck. But I'm old. I'm 42 and I'm fucking tired, bro. I'm going to bed and I gotta wake up tomorrow and check into a hotel and do laundry, and then we gotta do readings. Tomorrow will be shadow work. Plus, I got to get a lot of this work done. I signed up for 40 rides in 3 days. So, oh my God. I don't even dude, I barely do 20 rides in a week. I said I'd do 40 rides in 3 days. The fuck did I sign up for? I don't know. God said, I thought I could do it. That's it. You be swearing you could do everything. What's going to happen if I don't? I don't know. Nothing. There's nothing. I just want to believe I can. That's it. I believe it. As tired as I am, I believe it. Put me in the game, coach. I just need some rest. Just let me sleep and I'll be ready for the next game. That's it. Game on. The marathon continues. There's no rest for the weary. But last night I was so tired. I went to bed at like 11. I didn't wake up till 6:30. I never sleep all the way through the night. That's a good baby. To sleep all the way through the night. I was exhausted. Oh, fuck. And I really am, and that's where I'm at right now. But I appreciate the conversation. I always have time for the conversations, and yeah, you could pray to me, and I'll hear it. If I'm, eventually, maybe. I don't know. That's what happened last night. I heard Wolfman. I'm like, what do you want? I can hear you. I know your frequency. What do you want? Why are you praying to me? What do you want? What are we talking about? What are you thinking about when you're thinking about me? I can hear you. Say something. Say something! Imagine how scary that is to them. Oh my god, she hears me. Yeah, I fucking hear you. What do you want? And then they go all dead silent, like I don't know what you're thinking, that you're like, I can't hear this conversation of you freaking out on the other side of this. And that's funny. Marshall and I have had so many of those. It's like I just pop up and finish the conversation that he was having in his head. Hey, I can hear you. Odin was never afraid of the vulva. He understood that she could see all. He was captivated by the fact. And that's it. It's like there's certain ones that aren't. And that's what I asked Wolfman. I was like, are you afraid of my spirit or my flesh? And why are you afraid? Which one are you afraid of? Have you not studied me your whole life? Or what are you scared of? I'll be asking them all the time, what the fuck are you scared of, bro? My mouth? What? You afraid I'm going to put it on you? I'm going to suck out your babies? What are you scared of? Some of them might be. The real soft guys. They're like, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could let her do that to me. All right, Mother Teresa. Don't act like you ain't thought about it. Just playing around. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not suck you busting nothing. Suck you busting nothing. Marshall, suck you busting. Get it? I love it. He loves it. We love the punchlines. He loves it. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sad. Not right now, but I'll be sure to tell you when I am. You can hear it. I'm like, I'm gonna cry. This is sad. I was sad earlier about the fact that, you know, I make you feel bad when trying to be by you. That's sad. I didn't try to make you feel bad. I was just trying to make myself feel good. I didn't know it made you feel bad. Now I feel bad. Not. I'm not taking your energy. That's yours. You feel bad all you want. That's your own guilty conscience. Marsha is guilty conscience. Hey, I love you guys. Don't worry about your feelings, bro. Just, you know, deal with them. Don't run from them. Don't deny them. Don't hide them. Just deal with them, bro. They're yours. That's all you got is your feelings. Everything else is completely not yours. Everything else, you're like, this is my jacket. I bet it isn't. Watch this dude come up and fucking jack you for your jacket. That's his jacket. These are my shoes. I mean, seriously, that's my house. Until the government comes and repossesses it, tells you that you're on his land, like, nothing is yours. All you own that you get to take with you is your feelings. Not even the memories. You lose those. They're not important. You get to remember. You get to keep the feelings. That's it. So that's why it's so important to honor them. Those are yours. You know what I mean? How you feel about things is yours. That's your free will. How you choose to feel about some shit. That's it. Otherwise, you don't really have any free will. I hate to say it, but you know, all of your shit is guided. You think that you're grown and you're making all your own choices, but they've already been made for you. You made the choice before you got here. It was already destined before you got here. So realistically, how are you making any choice? You signed up for this. You made the choices before you got here, and now it's already been chosen. You're a chosen one, I guess. You chose this one. Maybe choose to have a better experience. Meaning you plan on doing more with your life. It's just you're the only one holding you back. It's not your wife or the industry or me or God. You play God. You're the one that says you can and can't. You're the one that tells you inside of your brain what you can and can't do, based on somebody else's telling you the same shit. I'm telling you you can. Jesus is telling you you can. It's a you can attitude. You can if you want to, but you gotta want it, and you gotta face the fear of it. And that's just, you know, that comes in time. We're like, oh fuck. And most of the time, those moments are just impulse. Like when you're ready, you're like, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. It's not really like you're brave enough. Like, all right, I've been thinking about this. No, you're like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna fuck it, close my eyes. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it, fuck it. That's when you get brave. You're brave is when you're scared, when you're just tired of being scared. Is really that it. You're just tired of being scared. You're like, fuck it. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. Fuck it. Fuck it. Hey, I love you. Sweet dreams. Don't be sad. It's okay if you are, because life is sad, bro. I get it. You had a sad childhood. You had sad relationships. You had a sad Christmas. You had a sad birthday. It was a sad-ass Sunday. I mean, should it be sad if you dwell on it? But did you have a good Christmas? Did you have a good Sunday? Did you have a good childhood? What are you focusing on? The good or the bad? And was it bad? Or was it just an experience, bro? I didn't have any worse childhood than my brothers and sisters. And then, you know what I mean, more other brothers and sisters. There's plenty of, you know what I mean, people that have had childhoods like mine. And worse. There's something going on up there. I don't know what all that lights are. So, you know, why play victimhood to my life when there's people that are really victims of the hood? Sorry. Hey, I love you, whoever you are. Thanks for the conversation. I appreciate having someone to talk to, even if it's in the astrals. I don't mind talking, obviously. Yeah. Good night, guys. Like, hey, I could talk to her? Yeah, you could. But don't talk too much, because I'm going to turn that shit off. Hey, I love you. Laters, haters.